note gets 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you were clapping it, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4. A half note gets 2 counts, and if it's in 4/4 time, you would have 2 of them in a measure. The whole note in 4/4 time, you can only get 1 in a measure. So a half note goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And this is how I teach a little kid, so I hope you don't mind. The quarter note gets 1 beat, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The eighth note gets a half a beat, so it's half of that. So it's 1 and would be 2 eighth notes. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Now a 16th note gets half of that, so 1 e and a, 2 e and a, 3 e and a, 4 e and a. Then there are 32nd notes, which are the division of the 16th note. There are 64th notes, which are the division of the 32nd note, and so on. Really, once you get up to 64th note, you're nothing but a grace note. And a grace note is when, like, say, you know, you're listening to Eric Clapton and he bends a string real quick and comes back to the regular note. That's a grace note. Or if you're a piano player, you slide off one key onto the other. That would be a grace note, and that would either be a 32nd or a 64th note, usually the way you notate that. Now, that brings up other types of notes, and they're called tuplets, okay? The most common tuplet is a triplet, okay? And the reason they're called tuplets is just a modern way of saying the plit at the end of, if it's a quintuplet or a triplet or whatever. And normally how you notate that is you would put like 3, if let's say you got a quarter note and you want to fit 3 beats in the space of that one beat, you would put 3 eighth notes, and normally if you subdivide a quarter note, you only get 2 eighth notes. But you're making 3 of them fit there. So you got 1, 2, 3, and you bar them together and you put a little 3 at the top. If you wanted to get 5 little beats into that one big beat, then you would put 5 eighth notes and you'd put a 5 at the top, okay? And so that's a way to notate the subdivision of a tuplet. And tuplets are great when you're fighting, because if think about this, if you are someone who practices a screamer, you probably know about the fan strike or the abanico. Well, an abanico is really a 3-step motion. It's 1, you hit, that's 2, and you whip it around and hit again, that's 3. I don't have my sticks with me, but just like that, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's your fan motion, and the crank to get it back is what I think of as the first, the 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then you have the figure 8 is kind of that way. So let's draw a figure 8. 1, 2, 3. You start here, 1, 2, 3. That could be a triplet. But if you're really good and you can do 3, I guess they're called watiques. 1, 2, 3. They're just snap like a whipping motion. You know, that could be a triplet too. And then other geometric shapes. If you want to get like 5 points, you can draw a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a quintuplet. Now notice there aren't any 4 tuplets, because or quadruplets or whatever they would be called, because that's really just a 16th note. Because if you subdivide an 8th note, you get 4 16th notes. So you don't need anything like a whatever that'd be called. But you do have 3s and 5s, and I've seen 6s and 7s in some types of sheet music. Those are not common, but if you can learn how to use them and get those different rhythms as part of your main, whatever your main fighting rhythm happens to be, that's another way to really change things up. So if I was going to give you a quick list, number 1, learn what your beat values are. Number 2, learn key signatures and how they work. Number 3, learn odd key signatures or times. I'm sorry, I said key signatures. First of all, learn your rhythms. Secondly, learn your time signature. I'm thinking about something else I've got to teach today. learn about your odd time signatures, and then learn about the tuplets that go with it. And then if you can start studying songs that have strange rhythmic changes, Mose Allison is another guy that was really jazz guy that liked to do changes in timing a lot, from what I understand. So there are different people out there. Find them, study them, listen to their music, get those in your head, and then when you fight, bring them back and use those as your as what you're setting the tempo of the fight to. I think, and you could practice with them too. Put them on and practice hitting to those beats. And I think you'll find that the concept of breaking the rhythm becomes a lot easier, because you're not really losing your rhythm. You're just making the other guy break his rhythm. So God bless you. You have a good day. And check out more of this channel. This channel is dedicated to whole brain thinking. So it's how to get your right hand and your left hand working together to get your body, your mind, and your spirit all, working good. And we'll see you later on down the road. God bless you, and have a great day.